The 2018 Commonwealth Innovation Forum, brought to you by Destination Gold Coast.
Dr. Margaret Karembu is the director of the ISA AFRI Centre and is one of the keynote speakers here at the Commonwealth Innovation Forum in Brisbane. Margaret, welcome to Brisbane.
Thank you. It's a beautiful city.
First time?
My first time in Brisbane.
What was your presentation about today?
Today I was presenting about importance of effective science communication and most importantly the role of women in communicating about new innovations.
Where do you see the challenges within the Commonwealth today?
There are big challenges. In the Commonwealth, as you know, we have very diverse stakeholder groups. We have countries that are very rich, we have others that are very poor, others are big, others are minute, very small, and all these view the question of innovations very differently, because for some, especially in my area of agricultural biotechnology, at the moment it may not be an immediate need for them to apply the technology, but because they are within the Commonwealth, their voices, their messages matter to those that need most. So basically we have a big challenge in just getting the different stakeholders in the Commonwealth to appreciate that we are different phases in our development, in production of food, in conservation of our environment, and even in terms of healthcare. And so we need really targeted communication messages for the different countries and different stakeholders.
How much is technology playing in improving the communication side so that the messages and the support will grow?
That's quite a heavy one, because technology generally improves. But at the same time, we have seen an upsurge of the so-called big data, the social media, the Mr. Google, Mr. Know-it-all, people are no longer really referring or making reference to scientists for the bigger majority. And this is a big danger when people in the Commonwealth are not able to consult with the relevant and appropriate agencies and personnel that would have the correct information. So when people make decisions out of information they get from the internet, they need to be cautious that a lot of it may not have gone through any peer review, others may not have gone any form of verification, a lot of opinions. And for a subject like biotechnology, each one of the 7 billion citizens in this world have an opinion about it, depending on who you interacted with first, or where you come from in the Commonwealth, and also really your lifestyle, whether you are competing against big challenges of climate change, or you do have a choice because you can manage the impact of that change. It's really difficult. So technology has been, especially information technology, has been a kind of a double-edged sword, and has made communication more difficult.
Are there some countries within the Commonwealth where you're seeing positive change when it comes to communication?
Oh yes, especially more in developing countries. The cellular phone, for example, has made communication very easy. Even to the farming communities, you can send them very short messages, and within a short time you're able to communicate to a very large group. Then of course we have upcoming FM radio stations that are focusing on communities that are really using vernacular local language, and this has helped a lot in the way we used to communicate about different issues in agriculture, in health, in environment, because now we have a bigger pool of opportunities and tools and approaches that we can use with the upsurge of very many of these radio stations.
So technology is playing a very active and very positive role.
Exactly. Technology is playing a very positive role. In Africa, for instance, every community has some radio signal somewhere. So you can reach out to millions of farmers within a short time. So it also makes communication more efficient. But one big challenge that also brings is people want immediate feedback. You hear of a certain new tool, new technology, new innovation, and you want to get more about it, but the scientists and the researchers and even the innovators are not yet quite ready to really handle that thirst for knowledge.
Why is supporting innovation, and in particular life sciences innovation, an important priority for government?
Very important question. One distinction about the life science products is that they are regulated, and this has caused some anxiety in the way we put up our biosafety measures. But for governments, it's so important because this is an add-on tool that is helping handle and manage challenges that conventional breeding alone could not do. And we have seen products that come out of our research systems that would never have seen the light of day if it were not for the life science industry.
And money aside, what are the priorities that you would like or you'd like to ask your government or any Commonwealth government to focus on when it comes to innovation?
One of the key focus areas should be on an enabling policy environment that allows the freedom to innovate. Africa, for example, is ripe for innovation. People are ready. We have critical mass of capacity. But then if the political environment interferes with the policy environment, that affects research. Secondly, we'd like our governments in the Commonwealth to invest more in science communication, because this is an area that has been left or that has been neglected. It's sometimes taken as a one suit fits all, and yet we have already talked about the different stakeholders that require different methods of communicating. Thirdly, we'd like more investment, especially in the public sector research, because again, one of the big problems that the technologies in the life sciences have found themselves in is that the first products were from the multinationals and the private sector, and people are a bit uncomfortable about that. And so we need our governments in the Commonwealth to invest more in the public sector. And in Australia, for example, I know the University of Queensland has been collaborating with a number of partners in Africa. I know Uganda is doing great work with the National Agricultural Research Organization in developing vitamin A enriched banana, which is a major step. And that product really needs to get to the end users, because we have so many consumers whose only meal from breakfast, lunch, dinner is banana. So if it is lacking in nutrients, essential nutrients, then it means that our governments are doing a disservice by delaying that product from getting to the farmers.
And a forum of this kind, the Commonwealth Innovation Forum, bringing the Commonwealth nations together, how important is that?
Very important for the Commonwealth coming together, because it enhances networking, it enhances sharing of knowledge, experience and expertise, and also facilities. Some of the countries are very small, they are very poor, they need some kind of mentorship, and so the bringing together these groups in a platform like this is very helpful, because you can create linkages. I'm really looking forward to creating new linkages that we can partner with, especially in our platform on the African Women for Biosciences. We need partners who can help us in building critical masses of women in science communication.
What are you hoping that delegates from TCIF will take away?
For me, one of the takeaway messages is, innovation continues to improve the lives of Commonwealth members, but we need to improve on the way we package our innovations so that they are not viewed with a lot of suspicion that delays adoption. Secondly, I would like the Commonwealth to think seriously about forming a working group on women for biosciences, where we have the high-level, women, top senior politicians and members of parliament, also getting an opportunity to reach out to the grassroots women, who are also very many and who are waiting for these innovations to come to play. So basically, those would be our two. And then to strengthen information sharing and communication. Communication is key. We need to interact. We need to get through to each other. We need to feel for each other. We need to get into the minds and hearts of those that need these technologies most.